Hello everyone, welcome to Ronier classes, and in this video tutorial we will talk about a new very important topic, that is pneumonia. So let's start with the definition. So what is pneumonia? First of all, we have to learn about the definition of pneumonia. So pneumonia is defined as broadly it is defined as any infection and inflammation of lung parenchyma. So basically यदि lung parenchyma मा, what is lung parenchyma? So lung parenchyma means basically the alveoli. ठीक छ? So कुनै पनि इन्फेक्सन और इन्फ्लामेसन लङ पेरेन्काइमा मा हुन्छ और एल्भियोलाई मा हुन्छ भने त्यो कन्डिसनलाई हामी निमोनिया भन्छौं. ठीक छ? नाउ लेट्स टक अबाउट सो डेफिनेसन यसको चाहिँ यही नै हो. लेट्स टक अबाउट कि what is the actually normal defense mechanism हैन के नर्मल डिफेन्स मेकानिजम हो जुनबाट एउटा नर्मल पर्सनलाई निमोनिया हुँदैन हैन सबैले निमोनिया हुन्छ भन्ने जरुरी छैन. सो एक्चुअली नर्मली किन निमोनिया हुँदैन? So the first defense is basically the respiratory epithelium having cilia. So as we know that in the respiratory tract, हैन respiratory tract मा जति पनि एयरवे हरू छ जस्तो ट्र्याकिया भयो, प्राइमरी ब्रोन्काई भयो or any secondary bronchi भयो, all respiratory epithelium have basically cilia. ठीक छ? सिलियाले के गर्छ? यहाँ भएको रेस्पिरेटरी एपिथेलियम जुन हुन्छ, यहाँ रेस्पिरेटरी एपिथेलियम दे हैव बेसिकली सिलियाहरु हुन्छ हैन. सो दिस आर द सिलिया. सो यो सिलिया भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि के हुन्छ त? एनी फोरेन पार्टिकल्स जुन पनि बाहिरबाट आउँछ त्यो फोरेन पार्टिकल्सहरु एक्चुअली यो सिलियाको माथितिर हुन्छ म्युकस. के हुन्छ? म्युकस. सो फोरेन पार्टिकल्स व्हेन अट्याच्ड टु द म्युकस, त्यो म्युकस र फोरेन पार्टिकललाई सँगसँगै बाहिरतिर फाल्ने काम गर्छ कसले? रेस्पिरेटरी एपिथेलियमले हैन. सो रेस्पिरेटरी एपिथेलियम एक्चुअली दे क्याचेस द फोरेन पार्टिकल्स एन्ड रिमुभ देम अवे along द म्युकस. सो बाहिर जुन म्युकस हुन्छ, म्युकसमा फोरेन पार्टिकलहरु टाँसिन्छ र म्युकस र फोरेन पार्टिकललाई सँगसँगै के गर्छ? त्यसले रेस्पिरेटरी एपिथेलियमले बाहिर फाल्दिन्छ बाइ द मेकानिजम नोन एज म्युकोसिलियरी मेकानिजम. म्युकोसिलियरी क्लियरेन्स मेकानिजम. म्युकोसिलियरी क्लियरेन्स मेकानिजम. सो देयर इज अ मेकानिजम जहाँबाट सिलियाले के गर्छ त? बाहिर जुन म्युकस हुन्छ त्यो म्युकसमा फोरेन पार्टिकल्सहरु, एनी ब्याक्टेरिया, भाइरस or any dust, smoke, all of them get trapped into the mucus that is present over the respiratory epithelium, and those bacteria, virus or any dust particle along with the mucus get away from the respiratory tract by the help of ciliary action. हैन सिलिया को जुन एस्केलेटर मुभमेन्ट हुन्छ, या एस्केलेटर मुभमेन्टले के गर्छ त? यहाँबाट म्युकस र एलोङ पार्टिकल्सहरुलाई सबैले बाहिर फाल्दिने काम गर्छ. सो दिस इज अ एक्चुअली नर्मल डिफेन्स मेकानिजम. अब यही डिफेन्स मेकानिजममा पनि केही गडबड आयो भने, लेट्स सपोज कि कोही पर्सन स्मोकिङ गर्छ. लेट्स सपोज इफ द समवन इज स्मोकर. सो स्मोकर पर्सनमा के हुन्छ? द सिलिया एक्चुअली जुन सिलिया हुन्छ, यो सिलिया, दिस सिलिया गेट सर्टेन्ड, सिलिया सानो भइदिन्छ एन्ड दिस म्युकोसिलियरी मेकानिजम जुन हुन्छ, यो मेकानिजम के हुन्छ त? इम्पेयर्ड भइदिन्छ. सो दिस म्युकोसिलियरी मेकानिजम गेट इम्पेयर्ड, and whenever this mucociliary mechanism gets impaired, then त्यहाँ जुन म्युकस प्रेजेन्ट विथ जति पनि फोरेन एजेन्ट छ त्यो बाहिर जान सक्दैन हैन. सो म्युकस क्यानट रिमुभड आउट एन्ड त्यहाँ म्युकसमा ब्याक्टेरिया भाइरसहरुको चाहिँ ग्रोथ हुन थाल्छ. सो कोलोनाइजेसन अफ म्युकस बाइ प्याथोजेन्स हैन. त्यो प्याथोजेन्स यानी ब्याक्टेरिया भाइरसले के गर्न थाल्छ? म्युकसमा कोलोनाइज गर्न थाल्छ र यसरी कोलोनाइजेसन गरेर के गर्छ त? त्यो म्युकस बाट यहाँ ब्याक्टेरियाहरु कोलोनाइजेसन गर्छ, ग्रोथ गर्छ र अल्टिमेटली यसले अब रेस्पिरेटरी एपिथेलियमहरुलाई ड्यामेज गर्न सक्छ र सँगसँगै यो अझै तल गयो भने यसले एल्भियोलाइहरुलाई पनि ड्यामेज गर्न सक्छ र इन दिस वे दे क्यान कज द निमोनिया. सो यु नो दैट स्मोकिङ इज also one of the risk factor that can cause pneumonia. Now the second defense is basically the cough reflex. As we know that if any foreign particle come to the airway मा यो कुनै पनि foreign particle आयो भने अब एक्चुअली के हुन्छ, त्यो foreign particles ले के गर्छ त, इरिटेट गर्छ. They actually इरिटेट द एयरवे एन्ड इरिटेट एक्चुअली बेसिकली त्यहाँ भएको नर्भलाई इरिटेट गरेर हुन्छ इरिटेट द नर्भ प्रेजेन्ट ओभर देयर एन्ड दिस नर्भ जुन इरिटेट हुन्छ बेसिकली यो भ्यागस नर्भ हुन्छ सो यो भ्यागस नर्भ जुन इरिटेट हुन्छ इट विल इन्ड्युस द रेफ्लेक्स कल्ड कफ रेफ्लेक्स सो कफ रेफ्लेक्स इन्ड्युस हुन्छ so in this way the cough reflex is initiated and normally this cough reflex is a protective reflex this is a actually important reflex but if there is this reflex is suppressed due to any mechanism either due to any drug like certain drug like morphine or any kind of sedatives or you can say antitussive or in any disease if there is a suppression these things basically suppress the cough reflex so whenever the cough reflex is suppressed then the pathogen which can enter into the lungs they may irritate the nerve but they may not initiate the cough reflex and in that case that the pathogen will start growing in this area and that pathogen may cause the pneumonia so you can see that the cough reflex whenever it is inhibited then it may cause pneumonia. Another difference, third defense mechanism is IgA in mucus. So in airway there is actually mucus and in the mucus there is an antibody called IgA. So IgA is basically one of the antibody and this antibody basically what it does whenever any pathogen like bacteria or virus or any foreign particle fungi whenever comes in the airway this IgA trap that particle right? So IgA what it does it traps the pathogen that is either virus or bacteria or fungi right? So this basically the IgA trap this virus bacteria or fungi and after that त्यो IgA ले के गर्छ they call the immune cells and they destroy the pathogen हैन so IgA first of all trap then IgA call immune cell basically they are macrophages or neutrophils हैन so macrophage or neutrophils सो के हुन्छ खासमा जब पनि कुनै प्याथोजेन आउँछ भने सबभन्दा पहिला त्यो म्युकसमा आइजिए पनि हुन्छ सो म्युकसमा भएको आइजिए एन्टिबडीले त्यो प्याथोजेनलाई त्यो ब्याक्टेरिया और भाइरसलाई फन्जाइलाई समात्छ र समातिसकेपछि के गर्छ आइजिएले त्यहाँ इम्युन सेल्सहरुलाई बोलाउँछ इम्युन सेल्स भनेको मैक्रोफेज र न्यूट्रोफिलहरुलाई बोलाउँछ एन्ड दिस मैक्रोफेज एन्ड न्यूट्रोफिल विल एक्चुअली destroy that pathogen हैन so in this way normally के हुन्छ त प्याथोजेनहरुलाई destroy गरिन्छ but if due to any reason this IgA in the secretions if the IgA level in the mucus is low then in that case you may suffer from the infection हैन so IgA is also one of the protective mechanism of the lungs. And the fourth but most important defense mechanism is alveolar macrophages. So basically there are certain kind of macrophages that are found in alveoli. So these are certain special kind of macrophages that are actually reserved for alveoli. These are called alveolar macrophages, and whenever a pathogen comes then the alveolar macrophages actually engulf that pathogen and in this way it remove the pathogens. So alveolar macrophage is also one of the defense mechanism of the respiratory system and it usually do not let the pneumonia to happen. But whenever there is a excessive or nasty the bacteria, whenever there is a very virulent bacteria, so if the bacteria is so much virulent एकदम डेन्जर ब्याक्टेरिया छ अब मैक्रोफेजहरुलाई पनि सर्भाइभ गर्न सक्छ भने त्यतिबेला चाहिँ निमोनिया हुने चान्स हुन सक्छ. अर्को के हुन सक्छ कि इन स्मोकर्स हैन स्मोकरहरुमा एउटा कुरा के देखिन्छ कि स्मोकर्सहरुमा एक्चुअली देयर विल बी decrease in number of alveolar macrophages. स्मोकरहरुमा के हुन्छ यो एल्भियोलर मैक्रोफेज को नम्बर घट्छ किनभने स्मोकले गर्दाखेरि स्मोकमा जुन न्यूट्रोफिल हुन्छ न्यूट्रोफिलले गर्दाखेरि मैक्रोफेजहरुको नम्बरमा कमी आउन सक्छ. एक्चुअली स्मोकहरुले के गर्छ मैक्रोफेजलाई ड्यामेज गरिदिन्छ हैन. सो स्मोक एक्चुअली व्हाट इट डज स्मोक विल एक्चुअली ड्यामेज द म्याक्रोफेजेस एन्ड स्मोकिङ गर्ने मान्छेहरू म्याक्रोफेजको कमी छ, द्याट्स वाइ त्यहाँ के हुनसक्छ त इन्फेक्सनलाई अब म्याक्रोफेजले रोक्न सक्दैन, किन म्याक्रोफेज कम छ, तसर्थ के हुनसक्छ इन्फेक्सन हुनसक्छ एन्ड निमोनिया क्यान ह्यापन. So normally you can see that these 4 defenses normally do not let the infection to occur, but if any of those defenses is weak, then the pathogen can infect lung and can cause pneumonia. हैन, बेसिकली पैथोजन भनेको चाहिँ के हो त बैक्टेरिया, वाइरस एन्ड फंजाई. So we will see now कि के बैक्टेरिया, वाइरस एन्ड फंजाई are commonly involved in causing the pneumonia. So first of all you have to know that the pneumonia can be caused by the either bacteria, it can be caused by the virus, it can be caused also by the fungi, but in the most of the setting usually it is caused by the bacteria. So bacterial cause is the one of the most common cause of the pneumonia, and basically the nasty bacteria is Streptococcus pneumonia, which is a gram positive bacteria. So this is the most common culprit that ultimately causes pneumonia. So the most common culprit which actually will cause pneumonia in the community settings. So basically pneumonia is actually categorized into community settings, or either it occurs in hospital setting. So basically in the community setting you can get Streptococcus pneumonia, which is the gram positive. And let's talk about the Haemophilus influenza. This bacteria is actually gram negative. So this bacteria is basically more evident in those person who already have any respiratory pathology. Suppose if any person has COPD, or if any person has asthma, or any person has a bronchiectasis, or any person has a cystic fibrosis, then in such person usually Streptococcus pneumonia do not cause the pneumonia. In such person Haemophilus influenza causes pneumonia. So if any person has a respiratory pathology from previous, then he may get pneumonia basically due to Haemophilus influenza. Now the Staph aureus is also one of the most nasty bacteria, one of the most dangerous bacteria we know, and this bacteria may have a different strain, that is a MRSA strain. So this normal strain is basically sensitive to the drug that is methicillin. So this is basically sensitive to methicillin. So methicillin is basically a penicillin which works against the Staph aureus, but there are some Staph aureus which will be resistant on the methicillin. That the methicillin, if you give the antibiotics that is methicillin to the person, then it will not work, as the bacteria is MRSA. MRSA means methicillin resistant Staph aureus, and this MRSA bacteria occur mainly in the hospital settings. So in hospital settings you can basically get MRSA infection, but in the community settings you can get the Staph aureus. Okay, and Klebsiella is also common in both community either as hospital, but mainly you will get this in hospital setting. So Klebsiella also causes the pneumonia, and it is also common in hospital setting. And you should also know that Klebsiella is common in actually alcoholic patients, and or if any patient has aspiration pneumonia, if any patient either in the coma condition, or any if he or she is in hospital, and if he or she has any endotracheal intubation, or if he or she has any kind of respiratory diseases, then he may aspirate the gastric contents, and due to aspiration he may develop the aspiration pneumonia, and that's basically due to the Klebsiella. And you have to know that in aspiration condition the patient also may have the anaerobic infection also. So we talked about bacteria, and you can see that there is some organism which will basically cause pneumonia, but the symptoms will not be exactly matched from the typical pneumonia. Let's suppose in typical pneumonia you have fever, you have cough, you have breathlessness, shortness of breath, respiratory rate will increase. But in atypical organism, if these organism will affect you, then exactly like the typical symptoms it will not match in this type of organism infection. So in Mycoplasma and Chlamydia or Legionella, the infection will be somehow different from that of typical bacteria, as these bacteria are atypical bacteria. So they are basically Mycoplasma. Basically these bacteria lack the cell wall, and they basically cause the atypical pneumonia. Note that the atypical organism cause atypical pneumonia, and basically the mycoplasma also causes the bullous meningitis, that is a meninges infection, and it also causes the pharyngitis. So the person will have a person who is suffering from the mycoplasma infection, he may have less respiratory infection and may suffer from the meningitis. So the person may say I have headache, as meningitis को एउटा फिचर छ हेडाक हैन. द पर्सन मे हेभ द swallowing difficulty as the person may have the pharyngitis हैन. But this kind of feature will not be, you will be seen in the this typical bacterial infection. And let's talk about the chlamydia. So chlamydia also is a atypical organism. It also causes pneumonia, and there is a bacteria called Legionella. And Legionella is also a gram negative bacteria. So this Legionella basically how a Legionella infect in a person, that whenever a person takes the contaminated water हैन. So कुनै पनि मान्छेले जब contaminated water source को water use गर्छ, then he or she may have a Legionella infection. और contaminated water मा नुहाउँछ भने Legionella को नुहाउने बेला के हुन सक्छ, लङ मा पानी जान सक्छ र त्यति बेला के हुन सक्छ, Legionella infection हुन सक्छ. So the Legionella मा के हुन्छ, मात्र respiratory problem हुँदैन, the person may have the GI dysfunction. So GI dysfunction मा the person may have the nausea, the person may have vomiting हैन. So nausea, vomiting, diarrhea हुन सक्छ, and the liver function, enzyme liver just LFT level will be raised. So AST ALT value will be raised in a Legionella हैन. And let's suppose कि if there is a water in the AC or AC मा जुन वाटर कलेक्ट हुन्छ नि, अब त्यो वाटर को कन्ट्याक्टमा हामी आयो भने लिजियोनेला को इन्फेक्सन हुन सक्छ. और कुलिङ टावर को जुन कुलरहरु घरमा राखे हुन्छ त्यसमा जुन पानी हुन्छ तल, र त्यो पानीहरुको कन्ट्याक्टमा हामी आयो भने हामीलाई लिजियोनेला को इन्फेक्सन हुन सक्छ. सो लिजियोनेला इज बेसिकली रिलेटेड टु द कन्टामिनेटेड वाटर सोर्स, एन्ड इट हैज बेसिकली along with the pneumonia, it also causes the GI disturbance like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and there can be the hyponatremia condition in the Legionella infection हैन. सो मैले एउटा सर्टली के गरे त ब्याक्टेरियाहरुको डिस्क्राइब गर्दिए. And now I will be talking about which of the viruses causes pneumonia. Yes, some more things about Staph aureus. This Staph aureus is basically common in the IV drug users. So whenever a person is an IV drug user, intravenous drug user, then the person may get infection in the lung from the hematogenous route, but it's less common. This route is less common, and Staph aureus can be also seen in the post-viral infection, post-viral upper respiratory tract infection. Let's suppose कि कुनै पर्सनलाई पहिला चाहिँ भाइरल इन्फेक्सन भयो, पहिला चाहिँ रेस्पिरेटरी ट्र्याक्टमा चाहिँ माथिल्लो रेस्पिरेटरी ट्र्याक्टमा भाइरल इन्फेक्सन भयो, र त्यसपछि के भयो, त्यो भाइरल इन्फेक्सन सकिसकेपछि अब त्यसलाई ब्याक्टेरियल इन्फेक्सन भयो हैन. सो भाइरल इन्फेक्सन फर्स्टमा भयो, त्यसपछि ब्याक्टेरियल इन्फेक्सन भयो भने त्यस्तो केसमा ब्याक्टेरिया आर युजुअली स्टाफ ऑरियस, and you know this Staph aureus is very nasty bacteria. I already discussed about that, and it's also common in the elderly population हैन. So कुनै बुढो मान्छेहरुमा छ भने Staph aureus is the most common culprit. So overall मा bacteria कुरा गर्नु पर्दा basically typical organism are more typical pneumonia is more common than the atypical pneumonia, and then typical pneumonia you see the basically the culprits are Staphylococcus pneumonia, Haemophilus influenza, Staph aureus. So these are most common organism of either of all. Okay. And there is another bacteria, that is Pseudomonas aeruginosa. So this is one of the most dangerous bacteria, also that is usually cause pneumonia. Basically in which setting? If the person is immunocompromised. So if the person is immunocompromised, that is there is a immune function is a very less. Let's suppose in a condition like HIV. So in HIV AIDS, the person immune system is actually not working properly, and in that case the person may have the infection of the Pseudomonas aeruginosa, and in such case it can also cause pneumonia. Other condition is cystic fibrosis. In cystic fibrosis also the immune system is compromised. Any immunosuppressive drug, if the person is taking any immunosuppressive drugs, or the person is using the glucocorticoids, or the person is under anti-cancer drugs, or the person is having cancer. So in this condition the immune system is not working properly, and in that case you may get Pseudomonas infection, and in that case the the treatment, the antibiotics will be a little different than that of other organism, because Pseudomonas has a little different role छ यसको हैन, and this is also one of the dangerous bacteria which causes pneumonia. And the viral causes are basically, this cause is less common than the bacterial cause, but the viral cause are respiratory syncytial virus. This virus basically cause pneumonia in the infants. And another virus is influenza virus, that is a influenza and parainfluenza virus. Basically it causes the pneumonia in adults. Another virus is cytomegalovirus, and the cytomegalovirus basically cause pneumonia in the organ transplant recipient. So in organ transplant recipient or in any immunocompromised patient, the person may have cytomegalovirus infection, and this infection also can cause pneumonia. And another is varicella zoster. So you know it is actually herpes virus. So this virus also can cause the infection. And this fungal infections. The fungal infection, the most common fungal infection is basically the histoplasma. Actually fungi infection are rare, but in overall in fungi, histoplasma capsulatum, it can cause pneumonia. And another is basically this histoplasma capsulatum was common in the Mississippi Valley, that where the Mississippi River lies. So it's one of the history. And another is pneumocystic xerovecii. So pneumocystic xerovecii or pneumocystic carini, this is a fungi. Many of the students get confused. This is a bacteria, but this is a fungi. And pneumocystis xerovecii can cause the fungal pneumonia in basically in the immunocompromised. So you can see there are some viruses which were causing the infection in the immunocompromised, like cytomegalovirus. Similarly, there are some fungi causing pneumonia in the immunocompromised, that is pneumocystis xerovecii. And you saw there were some bacteria also which was usually causing the infection in the I mean to say that in the immunosuppressed पर्सन हैन. सो त्यो हामीले चाहिँ याद गर्ने कि इम्युनोसप्रेस्ड अवस्थामा चाहिँ कुन भाइरसले, कुन ब्याक्टेरियाले, कुन फन्जाइले चाहिँ निमोनिया गर्दो रहेछ. सो इन दिस भिडियो वी टक्ड अबाउट just introduction aspect of the pneumonia, हैन. Basically in another video we will talk in detail about the what is the pathophysiology, and we'll talk about the sign and symptoms, the diagnosis of the pneumonia. And thank you for watching this channel, and please subscribe, like, share, comment. Thank you.